In this video, I'm going to show you how to animate model blocks in BBS Mod by McHorse. I'm on 1.20.1 Forge Edition. Don't get this confused with the BBS Mod. This is, or sorry, with the Blockbuster Mod. This is the BBS Mod. So it's the newer version. So basically, I want to have like a crowd of villagers, and I want to have them jumping up and down just to kind of add some realism to the scene. But I don't want to go through and add a bunch of new replays. Like I don't want to have to go through here and add a ton of replays, change all their XYZ coordinates and all their keyframes, and that just takes a lot of time. I want to have just a simple block where I could go, okay, I want it to be this villager, and I want to go pop, 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 and just paste them all. So it's a giant crowd of them, right? But obviously, I can't animate these. These are models, and they're not actually replays. So I'm going to show you how to actually edit these and add animations to them as if they were a replay. I first have to make it clear that you can't do any animating with these in BBS Mod, but what you can do is you can use the animations that come with these in the file. So like mobs will always have like animations, like villagers will have sleep animations, I don't know, grow up animations, different stuff like that. And that's what, like for example, this blaze is a model block, and this animation it's doing is just by default. This isn't with obviously like any keyframes or anything. That's what we're gonna do with the villagers. We're basically just gonna code or create our own animations for the villagers to pretty much give them like a jumping animation or some sort of realism animation. So the first thing we're gonna need to do is open up Blockbench. I'll open that up right now. Blockbench is a 3D modeling program that's specifically for Minecraft. This is what it looks like. Download it, it's free. First thing I'm going to do is use the Minecraft Entity Wizard loader. If you don't have this, it's a plugin. You can go find it here. Search it up. You'll find it. And then I'm going to say, let's go. I already chose a name for mine. I said crowd villager just because it's going to be a villager in a crowd. My appearance, I'm basing it off of a villager. Behavior, same behavior. Default loot. No spawn egg. I don't need one because I'm just using the model. And then I'm just going to click export as McAddon. I'm not going to worry about that. MC add-on. And then the pack name, whatever. Export. It's gonna say it exported it. Shoot, I don't want to download the file. I'm just gonna click then go to next steps, edit model. So now here we are with my villager, right? You could do this with any model, any mob you want. I'm doing villager. And then you see here you have all the different textures. Obviously, we're not gonna worry about that right now. We will just choose the texture once we've actually exported it and we're in BBS Mod. So I'm gonna here's where you would edit the 3D mod, do the 3D modeling, right? I could, change the positioning and stuff. We're not going to do any of that. We're just going to go straight to animate. Looks like right now we're in the baby transform animation. You can see right here, these are the different animations. The general animation, a general V1. I don't know what the heck that is. And then we have the get in the bed animation, the move animation. If we come down here and we hit our spacebar, you can see that it's animating the actual legs. So this is like kind of how this is like the default animations you recognize from Minecraft. We are going to click the plus sign, do a new animation. We want it to loop, and we won't set a loop delay. We'll just have it loop. So here we go. I'm going to drag this, which is like our end bracket. That's where if I play it, it's going to stop right here and re-loop right there. Yep. So what I want to have happen is I want the villager to jump up and down like he's sort of in an audience, just give him some movement. I'm gonna go to, so this one's called new. Let's maybe rename that one to idle audience or something, just so I recognize it. And then we are going to animate the entire body. So if we come over here, we select the entire body, and then you can see we could change like the arms, the helmet, all that stuff. We're just changing the body, and we're just gonna change the position of it. So if I click this, it's gonna add a keyframe. You should already know how keyframes work. I'm going to go like 3 frames out, add another one, 3 frames out, add another one. I want basically it to be, this is obviously when it's here. This is when it's going to jump. So we'll go change the Y to, let's see how 4 looks. That looks good, I would say. That looks pretty good, right? That looks like a normal jump. Then I want him to just keep jumping. I could honestly just have it on loop and just do this, but I kind of want it to be all randomized, so they're not all in sync. So I'm just gonna kind of do like this. So you see how this will look. That's perfect, and then it'll stop right here in loop. That's all I need. Now I'm going to go to File, Export, and then Export BBS Model. I want to export with animations confirm. I didn't show you me saving it because I didn't want to show you all my files, but I saved it. I did not change the name of it. It should have just been like model or whatever it was by default. Then I put it in a folder, and I called the folder audience villager or something like that. The next thing we want to do is we want to probably also just export one of these textures. So I'm just going to do this one to make it simple. But obviously, I have my own texture for, it's basically this one. And then it has this one on top of it. So it just looks like a default villager. To export this, right click, and then save as. Now I'm going to put that in the same folder. It should auto, by default, put it in that folder, but I'm just going to let it, don't change the names of anything, let it be called what it is. So I saved that. Now let me go back into Minecraft, into BBS Mod. I'm back in Minecraft. Let's right click our previous villager, and let's go to pick. And because of where I put it in my folders, it'll be right here. Here it is. You can see it's called the audience villager, exactly where I saved it. Let me tell you the file location real quick. If you look down at the bottom of my screen, you can see my file path. It's in obviously your Minecraft folder, then config, BBS, assets, models, and then I put it in its own folder in models. That's how I basically found it, and it popped up in BBS. If you don't see it at first, click F6. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Like I said, if you don't see it, click F6 while you're in BBS, and you can reload the textures, the language, or here's the models. So mine already loaded in. Anyways, this is the jumping one, right? So this is the guy I just exported. I already picked it. But we're going to need to go to edit, and then up in the top left, you'll see actions. This is just an idle action we'll do. So we want him to be doing it always when he's idling, not when he's running around and doing stuff. So we'll have it under idle. Then you can see this is like, if I click this, oh, here, let me click this one. This is the baby one we saw on Blockbench. I don't know what that is. But then I had one that was called, here it is at the top. This one was called, you can't see the full name, but this is the one that I made. So you see how he's jumping just like he is. Now I would pick a new texture for him, but I'm happy with this. You see how he's jumping just like I animated him to be. And if I click my scroll wheel to copy him, you can even see him jumping around in my bar down there. Let's say I want him looking the other way. Let's just rotate him maybe right around here. And then look. And because I'm putting him down at different times, it offsets all of them. So something like this. See how it looks kind of more of like a live audience now because they're all just moving around a little bit. So that makes it way easier to put down a ton of these at once rather than having to duplicate, replace, editing the position keyframes, stuff like that. So I hope this helped because I was stuck on this forever and I wanted to make this video to actually help people. So fuck you. Bye.